Let's talk about the Central Highland. They are bounded by the to the west by the Aravalli Range. The Satpura Range is formed by this ridge of Scrap Plateau on the south, generally at an elevation varies between 600 to 900 meters above the mean sea level. This forms the northernmost boundary of the Deccan Plateau. It is classical example of the relic mountain. It is the classical example of the relic mountain, which are highly denuded and form discontinuous ranges. The extension of the Peninsula Plateau can be seen as far as Jaisalmer in the west, where it has been covered by the longitudinal sand ridges and crescent-shaped sand dune called the barchans. You know what are the barchans? These are the crescent-shaped sand dunes. This region has undergone metamorphic process in its geological history, which can be corroborated by the presence of the metamorphic rock such as marble, slate, genesis, etc. The general elevation of the Central Highland varies between 700 meter to 1000 meter above the mean sea level, and it slopes toward the north and northeastern direction. Slope toward the north and northeastern direction. Most of the tribute of the river Yamuna have their origin in the Vindhyan and Kamur ranges. Banas is only significant tributary of the river Chambal that originate from the Aravali in the west, and an eastern extension of the Central Highland is found by the Rajmahal Hills to the south, of which lies a large reserve of the mineral resources of the Chotanagar Nagpur Plateau. The northeastern plateau, if we will talk about the northeastern plateau, in the fact of the extension of the main peninsular plateau, in fact it is the extension of the main peninsular plateau. Okay, it is believed that due to the force exerted by the northeast movement of the Indian plate at the time of the Himalayan origin, a huge fault was created between the Rajmahal Hill and the Meghalayan plateau. Later, this depression got filled up by the deposition activity of the numerous rivers. Today, the Meghalaya and Karbi Anlog plateau stand detached from the main peninsular block. The Meghalaya plateau is further subdivided into three: the Garo Hills, the Khasi, and the Jayantia Hill, named after the tribal group inhabiting this region. An extension of this is also seen in the Karbi Anlong hills of the Assam. Similar to the Chota Nagpur plateau, Meghalaya plateau is also rich in mineral resources like coal, iron ore, sillimanite, limestone, and uranium. This area receives maximum rainfall from the southwest monsoon, okay, northern northeast monsoon. Meghalayan plateau receive the maximum rainfall from, do not be get confused, from southwest monsoon. As a result, Meghalayan plateau has highly eroded surface. Cherrapunji display a barely rock surface of divide of any permanent vegetation cover. Okay, let's talk about the Indian desert. To the northwest of the Aravalli Hill lies the Great Indian Desert. It is the land of undulating topography dotted with longitudinal dunes and barchans. This region receives low rainfall between 150 per year. Hence, it has arid climate and with low vegetation cover. It is because of the characteristic feature of that this is also known as the Marusthali. It is believed that during the Mesozoic era, this region was under the sea. This can be corroborated by the evidence available at Wood Fossil Park at Akal and Marine Deposit about Brahmasar near Jaisalmer. The approximate age of the wood fossils is estimated to be 180 million years. Though the underlying rock structure of the desert is an extension of the peninsular plateau, yet due to extreme arid conditions, its surface feature has been carved by physical weathering and wind action. Some of the well-pronounced desert land features present here as are mushroom rocks, shifting dunes, and oases. On the basis of the orientation, the desert can be divided into two parts. The northern part is sloping down towards Sindh, and the southern part is sloping toward the Run of Kutch. Most of the river in the region are ephemeral. Ephemeral means river only flow for a short time and dry up. The Luni River flow in the southern part of the desert is the some significant low precipitation and high and high evaporation make it water deficit region. Evaporation make it water deficit region. There are some streams will disappear after flowing for some distance and present a typical case of inland drainage by joining a lake or playa. The lake and the playa are have brackish water, which is the main source of the obtaining salt. The coastal plain, you have already read that the India has a long coastline on the basis of the location and active geomorphological processes. It can be broadly divided into two: the western coastal plain, the eastern coastal plain. Okay. The western coastal plain are an example of the submerged coastal plain. It is believed that the city of the Dwarka, which was once a part of the Indian mainland situated along the west coast, is submerged underwater. Because of this west submergence, it is a narrow belt and provides natural conditions for the development of the port and harbour. Kandla, Majgaon, Jawaharlal Nehru Port, Nahas, Marmagaon, Mangalore, Cochin are some part of the important natural port located along the west coast, extending from the west Gujarat coast in the north to the Kerala in the south. The western coast may be divided into following divisions: the Kutch and Kathiawar coast in the region, in the Gujarat Konkan coast in the Maharashtra, Goan coast in the Malabar coast, and Karnataka and Kerala respectively. Okay, Kathiawar coast in the Gujarat, Konkan coast in the Maharashtra, Goan in the Malabar, Goan coast in the Karnataka, and Malabar in the Kerala respectively. The western coastal plain are narrow in their middle and get broader towards north and south. The river flowing through the coastal plain do not form any delta. The Malabar coast has got certain distinguished feature in the form of the kayal brackish water backwater, which are used for fishing, inland vegetation, and also due to the special attraction for tourists. Every year, the famous Nehru Trophy Valla Makali boat race is held in Punnamadakayal in Kerala. Punnamadakayal, where it is located? It is located in the Kerala. Okay, and as compared to the western coastal plain, the eastern coastal plain is broader and is an example of the emergent coast. There are well developed delta here found by the river flowing eastward in the Bay of Bengal. These include the delta and of the Mahanadi, the Godavari and Krishna and the Kaveri. Because of its emergent nature, it has less number of port and harbor. The continental shelf extends up to 500 kilometers into the sea, which make it difficult for the development of good port and a harbor. Name some port of the eastern coast. The inland. There are two major inland group in India. One is the Bay of Bengal and other is the Arabian Sea. The Bay of Bengal the Bay of Bengal island group consists of the 572 islets. These are situated roughly between 6 degree north to 14 degree north and 92 degree east to 94 degree east. The islets include the Ricci archipelago, and Labrador Island. The entire group of islands is divided into two broad categories: the Andaman and in the north and Nicobar in the south. They are separated by the water body, which is called the 10-degree channel. It is believed that these island are elevated portion of the submarine mountain. However, some smaller islands are volcanic in origin. Okay. Barren Island, the only active volcano in India, is situated in the Nicobar Island. Some important mountain peak in Andaman Nicobar Island are Saddle Peak, Mount Diavolo, Mount Koyob, and Mount Thulier. The coastal line has some coral deposit and beautiful beaches. These islands receive this conventional rainfall and have equatorial type of vegetation. The island of the Arabian Sea include Lakshadweep and Minicoy. These are scattered between 8 degree north to 12 degree north and 71 degree to 74 degree east longitude. These islands are located at a distance of the 280 km to 480 km coast of the Kerala. The entire island group is coral deposits. These are approximately 36 islands, of which the 11 are inhabited. Minicoy is the largest island with an area of 453 square kilometers. The entire group of the island is broadly divided into 10-degree channel. North of which is the Amini Island south of the Kannur Island. The island of this archipelago have storm breaches consisting of unconsolidated pebbles, single cobbler and boulder of the eastern seaboard. Drainage system of India. You have observed water flowing through the river, nala, and the channel during the rainy season. Drain with the excess had some the channel and not by large scale flooding in a heavy ill defined or the choke flooded in the common phenomenon. The water flow through the well defined channel are no other drainage and the network such as the drainage, the color drainage system, the drainage pattern of the wisdom. How